This whole premise, and especially now coming up with the fake selection that you people will never get, and somehow it's like zombies of innate ignorance and stupidity, naive, gullible, mindlessly following sheep. Whatever propaganda they put on that idiot tube, you believe it's true. You got an orange face, xenophobic, misogynist, sex pervert, tax criminal, multiple bankruptcy criminal, Chapter 11 criminal, back channel Russian criminal, traitor, loudmouth bully, redneck white supremacist, piece of uncivilized, barbaric, heathenish, Scottish piece of shit. And somehow you think he tells the truth. A criminal, known criminal since 1987, who dealt with Russia, backdoor money laundering, racketeering, fake child fundraising, funneling money to Russia, up Putin's ass 24/7. Have Russian oligarchs in the White House in a closed meeting where media does not have access. But somehow to you idiots, that's okay. It's okay. Because you're the same idiots, the same inept, stupid ass idiots that came off the boats of Spain and England. The same peasant, white trash, carpetbaggers, colonists, illiterate, non thinking, that came off that boat and landed on the shores of America and was abandoned. Just like right now, this orange faced idiot that you love, they abandoned you. Just like he abandoned you. But somehow these eyes that God gave you, your eyes wide open and you're blind as a bat. Because you keep hearing the same old rhetoric, the same old mumbo jumbo, the same old, just back in the 1700s, 1800s, 1600s, same old bullshit, and you fall for it every single time. That's a reprobated oxymoron idiot. Sorry to say, but that's exactly what it is. It's the exact definition of insanity that you go down the same dumbass path of ignorance, stupidity, and you expect different results. And as a human being, I can't believe people are that stupid. I really can't. How can people seriously be that stupid? Here, the history of voting rights. I'm looking at right now on my computer screen. If the Constitution was legit, like anything that you call law or you call a piece of paper that's supposed to implement said laws or amendments or however you want to put it, just basic human rights, you deny that from one person, that piece of paper ain't worth shit. It ain't worth the paper it's written on. And somehow you think that this Constitution is something new. The people that you genocide, the people that you stole the country from, right now making endless wealth off of their stolen resources. And those same people can't vote. So one of you peasant colonists, rednecks from off the boats of Spain and England, explain that to me. You invaded a country, genocide a race of people, stole their constitution, and somehow you think this system, this constitution is legit. This constitution is what intelligent, civilized people should follow. Really. So explain to me, how do thieves and barbaric heathens, uncivilized animals, can create a constitution off of theft and genocide? How can criminals create anything off of an inhumane criminal act? This is what I want someone to explain to me, especially that orange-faced moron, Russian mafia debt goat, with all that loud mouth, with all that garbage that comes out of his mouth. He's idiots wearing red hats of "Make America Great." America never been great. Since the day you animals landed on the shores of the Americas, America became an infested cesspool sewer. It once was great when the original people were here. When these Gentile infidel dogs crawled upon the sands of the America's shores, that's the only time it became what it is today, a wasteland of lawless animals preying upon innocent victims. Since the day you landed here with your terrorists, criminal pirates, Christopher Columbus, and your Spanish conquistadors, whatever you want to call them. Nothing but mercenaries and assassins. And I know nobody likes to hear it, but frankly, Scarlett, I don't give a damn, because it's the truth. And you talk about voting. You did the same thing to black people. In an article I want you to read, it's called The History of Black Voting Rights. Wallbuilders.com, the 3rd March 2003, by David Barton. Read it. And I want you politician morons and monkeys of the Russian mafia now, you read it too. And you come back and you tell me about your voting system. Tell me how legit your voting system is. And then let's go back and talk about your own white women denied the right to vote. So in this country, and this is your oxymoron, naive, innate idiots, stupid idiots don't get. Endowed with these inalienable rights, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and every man is created equal. And innately given these God-given rights. Land of the free, justice for all, bullshit. But you deny people the rights of your fake ass Constitution. So if you deny one person or you divide any group of people, those so-called inalienable rights, what is that about a contract? If one thing is flawed in a contract, it's called what? Null and void. So some of you Harvard, Ivy League assholes, explain that. How is a stolen constitution legit in the first place? How is pirates and criminals of theft and genocide legit anyway? You don't even have a legit country according to your own laws. Because if you steal, you're a thief. If you genocide, you're murderous scum that you throw in prison, right? And if somehow you deny those rights to anybody, of these so-called stolen constitution, it's null and void. But somehow today in 2018, you're calling it legit. Somebody explain that to me. How is it legit when you denied people that right based on their gender, based on their ethnicity? How is that legit? It's flawed. Just like everything that comes out of Washington, D.C. and on Capitol Hill is flawed. It's a lie. It's a historical, racist, bigoted, sexist lie from its inception. Because these wig-wearing pansies, transgender, lace-wearing, aristocrats, bureaucrats, plutocrats, oligarchs were nothing but common thieves and pirates. And you can call it anything you want to. You can say it's different now. No, it's not. Because it's based, if it's based on something that's illegal, it remains illegal. If you base something on theft and genocide, it's illegal. And you can go into your Webster dictionary, you can go into your law archives all you want. Anything based on criminality is illegal. And somehow you think by glorifying theft and genocide, because you label these people as savages, and you call yourselves peasants and colonists and white trash and carpetbaggers from Spain and England, you call that civilization. Sorry, I got news for you. How can peasants and colonists, carpetbaggers, and indentured slaves be civilized? How come your British and England and Spain didn't send your royal assholes over here? Since they were so-called civilized. No, they sent you over here. The people that taught your ass when you were here were the civilized ones. Or should I say, try to teach animals how to be civilized. But those same, like an animal that turns on you because they seen the gold and the rich mineral resources like oil, silver, and they genocide the civilized people for it. But then again, you call that we have voting rights. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I call it, oxymoron reprobates. Because none of that makes a bit of fucking sense. It just doesn't. If you sit down and rationalize like intelligent people, which you're not, at least some of you, and these Oxford Ivy League college professors, explain that. Just take time and just explain it. How can anything from theft and genocide be legit, be legal, be justice, be honor, decency, the camaraderie of the brotherhood and sisterhood of humanity? Explain that. Take all the time you need. I won't vote in this corrupted death and genocide system of hypocrisy, indecency, inhumane crimes against innocent people of color that deny women because of their gender the right to vote, that deny people of color because of their ethnicity the right to vote. It's all bullshit. And I'll tell you to your face, orange face, maggot, Trump, it's bullshit, just like your bullshit. With that loud mouth, illiterate bullshit that comes out of your mouth, to the same white trash, carpetbaggers, indentured slaves that you talk to and preach this garbage, this white supremacist garbage to. And just like that little house nigger that hugged you, Kanye West. Fools. Breeding fools. And that's what you bred down through history. The same inept, ignorant fools. Call them evangelicals. Call them the Bible Belt, Appalachian Mountains, New Jersey Pineys, Deep South, moonshine rednecks, Cedarville, New Jersey, where I grew up, rednecks. A fool has no common sense. Could I tell you the reason why? Because fools keep making the same mistakes and never learn from it. Just like the definition of insanity, going down the same redundant path and expecting the same results, and expecting different results from the same stupid, innate, ignorant actions. It's insanity. It's like a dog chasing his tail. It's like going round and around in the same turnstile. And the way out is right there in front of you, and you just keep going around and around and around and around. Oxymoron. Just like you're voting. Voting can't exist in inequality. Well, one have all, and the other has nothing. And even what you call middle class don't even exist anymore. You abolish that. And this is something that oxymorons can never achieve. Because you constantly make the same dumbass mistakes and expecting different results. And it's not going to happen. If you have the right to vote, let's just say you have the legit right to vote. It's called that you have a ballot box. Everybody around, regardless what district, regardless where you come from, has the same equal access to that ballot box. And it's not based on your gender, it's not based on your ethnicity, it's not based on your culture. It's based on one thing: your vote. That's in a real world of justice and so-called democracy. Equal access, which never existed in this cesspool you call USA Inc. And I'm not even going to dignify and call you America, because you're not. You never was and you never will be. America, you put on reservations. You're USA Inc., owned by Rothschild Central Bank. So let's just get down to the nitty gritty and tell the truth. You're not even a country. Because back in 1871, your ass was broke. You were dissolved as anything. And like Russia bailed your orange face, xenophobic, pussy grabber, tax fraud, con man, Rothschild bailed your asses out. It's unconscionable for people to even dignify this thing called voting. Because you sit up on this red, white, and blue bullshit, which is in all intents and purposes a pirate flag. If you take the colors away and tell the truth, pirates flying a flag, because exactly what you are. You're thieves and pirates. Stole the country and genocide its people. And somehow you try to equate legitimacy of theft and genocide, and you try to call it a civilized society by white privilege, barbaric heathen, pirates and thieves and terrorists. There's no way in hell it's going to happen. Maybe to these monkeys and zombies you got running around here call themselves American citizens. You can't deny women the right to vote. You can't deny minorities the right to vote. And all of a sudden, in 2018, you're going to call it legit. In an illegal constitution. Your 12th Amendment. You deny one person. It's like a contractual law. To all you idiots out there who don't understand. And maybe some of you lawmaker morons can get it. Contractual agreement between two parties. If anything within that contract is broken by your own criminal pirate of theft and genocide laws, your Constitution means nothing. Not by what I'm saying, by your own words. When you denied the first woman and you denied the first black person the right to vote, your Constitution means nothing. When you enslaved your first black man, your Constitution means nothing. Life, liberty, and justice for all. Remember that clause? So slavery in a country that says life, liberty, and justice for all, that contract means nothing. It's bullshit. And this is what you average idiots don't even realize. You lived a lie for decades and centuries. And even today in 2018, you're still living that same lie. And the further to perpetuate that lie, in 2018, your electoral college bullshit. That's just the first scam. Your electoral college, when it was based on popular votes. Now your electoral college bullshit, where you separate people by districts and separate people demographically and by race. And you tell yourself you have voting rights. But yet and still, you demand certain people have certain IDs. You demand certain people to have certain names. You demand certain people to travel ridiculous miles to get to your voting booths. Same criminal law you call voting. Off the minute. Suppression, discrimination, oppression, of inequality. Just like people sitting on reservations right now. And you're not allowing them to vote either. And they are the very people that made up the first Constitution that you inherently copied and changed to benefit your criminality of invasion and theft and genocide. Why I don't believe in your laws? Even here in Colorado. Why I don't believe in your government body? Because you're criminals. You can't steal something. You can't genocide innocent people and call yourself legit, to call yourself justice. How does justice come from theft? How does justice come from genociding innocent people? And whatever people that were left, you put on reservations of poverty and kept those people out of making decisions in their own fucking country. How can you deny women the right to vote? How can you deny black people the right to vote and call it legit election process? How can you suppress votes from certain people of color, blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, and call it a legit electoral process? Criminals will always be criminals. Will always break the laws of humanity. I'm not even talking about your Gentile infidel dogs of barbaric, heathen, inhumane crimes. You break the laws of humanity when you genocide innocent people. Just like you break the laws of humanity in the Middle East right now, doing the same thing that you did when you came to the Americas. More theft and genocide, creating endless refugees that your Zionist, zealot, capitalistic, fascist, white supremacist, racist asses won't take into your stolen corporation, USA Inc. But you created them by your wars, endless wars of profit, warmongering, pillaging, raping, massacring, slaughtering around the world for rich mineral resources, oil, Afghan opium fields, Vietnam rubber trees. No, you average monkeys living from paycheck to paycheck don't realize this. Or sitting on your government assistant welfare checks, trailer park America, ghetto America. No, you don't realize those things because you don't think about those things. Because you're more concerned about your heroin and your crack more than you worry about the stability of a white privileged society that you live in, that they have enslaved you in your white trash trailer parks. You ghetto fabulous niggas, ghettos. Same premise. One black, one white. Still inept ignorance and stupidity and poverty of inequality. And here you got a drunken rapist, privileged white boy in the highest court of the land. Vote. How did your vote help that white woman? How did your vote help that little black boy that got shot to death by a judge's son? How did your justice or your votes help racist, bigoted, gutless, cowardice cops shooting black men in the back, shooting black men in a car, shooting young black boys, young black girls in the ghetto? How does what the fuck good is your vote when it comes to that shit? Poisoning innocent black children in Flint, Michigan. Where's your vote? Sending a black man to prison for the same shit that your Supreme Court justice has committed. Your Uncle Tom Justice from decades and centuries ago. Racist, bigoted, Jim Crow justice in 2018. One black, one white. Black goes to prison, white goes to Supreme Court. One black president, one white president. One's a mafia-owned goat, tax criminal, fraud, tax schemes, fake shield companies, shell companies to evade taxes. Funnels money from fake-ass child fundraisers, grab women's pussies, lies every time he opens his mouth. Xenophobic, misogynist, sexual pervert in love with his own daughter. Said that if I wasn't her father, if she wasn't my daughter, I'd date her. You call him terrorist, Obama, but you call Trump make America great again. Like I always said, something's wrong with this. When the country can't even realize right from wrong anymore, can't realize the difference between a traitor and a patriot, can't tell the difference between from an American and from a barbaric terrorist invader. And you want to talk about vote. Can't tell the difference when you deny a woman the right to vote, you deny a black man or a black woman the right to vote. But you want to talk about a legalized electoral process. I won't give you access to ballot boxes because we don't want you to vote. We discriminate against you. We suppress you. We oppress you. But this is the land of freedom and justice for all. That we want to send your black ass over to Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, Vietnam, and die. He wants you to pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. No, you're not the United States of America. You're the United States of corporate Rothschild central bank, who owned your debt from decades and centuries ago. Interest compounded daily. And you want to talk about the right to vote. Tell me about the right to vote. Tell that first woman that you denied the right to vote. Tell that first black man you denied the right to vote. Tell that black woman because her name is different than Smith. Because she lives out so far in the country. Tell those people that their names are different than your average Washington, Jefferson, Addison, or any of those white privileged assholes' names you deny the right to vote. You suppress their votes. Tell them about that in such an illegal electoral process based on your color. Tell them the Native Americans that you place on your enslaved prison reservations about a right to vote. When you took away their right to live, when you took their country, it's theft and genocide, inhumane, uncivilized, barbaric, animalistic, inhumane crimes you committed. And those reservations is a reminder every fucking day of your animalistic, inhumane lives. And you want to talk about the right to vote. Tell those people about a right to vote. The million that you slaughtered, and your Constitution justify that slaughter. And your Congress justified that slaughter. And your Supreme Courts justified that slaughter. Broken treaties. You want to tell me about a right to vote? Kiss my right to vote ass. I'm done.